much money. Can you please explain what's an NFT? I said, what the hell's an NFT? It's like real life Monopoly. Everyone is doing it like Gronkowski. Can you please help me make an NFT?
Hello, my name is Nagarev Joan and welcome to the Ask Me About the Law channel. The Ask Me About the Law channel is a place where we have free and honest conversations on the nexus of law, trade, technology in Uganda. You can find us on YouTube, podcast, blog, TikTok, Instagram. The handle everywhere is at Ask Me About the Law. Please check us out and subscribe. I have a suggestion. If you're around any distraction, excuse yourself. Find somewhere quiet, private. Allow me and you to connect with each other, because for this conversation, this NFT conversation, I need your undivided attention. In fact, I demand your undivided attention because it is heavy. It's some heavy stuff. Okay, now let's dig into the video. There's some really weird stuff that has been happening on the internet. Yes, NFTs. NFT in full is non-fungible token. To understand what non-fungible means, you need to understand what fungible is. I know it's a bit complicated, but bear with me. We are together. This is my phone. She has seen me through so much. I use her to ask me about the law content, for podcast, for blog, for the YouTube channel, for the TikTok videos. She's the one. She doesn't seem like much, but she does all that. Camera is decent. She does everything. To me, she's very special. She's my baby. I am sure I'm not the only one that has a relationship that is this weird relationship with their gadgets. Probably it's your phone, it's your laptop, it's your PS, it's your Subaru car. Yes, even that one is a weird situation, but we don't judge. Now, have this at the back of your mind. Your car, your phone, your laptop, your PS is only special to you. But the manufacturer did not only make your Subaru, they made many millions. They shipped them all over the planet. If you walked into a store, garage, supermarket, you will find the same exact phone. It means whatever I am describing, your phone, my phone, your Subaru, your PS, your laptop, because nothing is special and different about my phone. If in the unfortunate incident that it fell down, it was stolen, or it just up one day and just could not function anymore, I can walk into any store and buy a new phone that will replace my old phone. That, ladies and gentlemen, it is what fungible means. Fungible is where something is easily replaceable. There is nothing unique, distinctive about it. Therefore, you can replace said phone, laptop, PlayStation, Subaru. That is fungible. I'm sorry, Subaru drivers. Now, the opposite of fungible is non-fungible. Now, the non-fungible is the non-fungible in NFTs. To understand what non-fungible is, every time you hear non-fungible, just know it's something that is replaceable, it is not unique, it does not stand out in any shape, form or manner. That is non-fungible. Case in point would be, for my art lovers, would be the Mona Lisa. There's only one of a kind. It is different. I cannot speak artsy about the brushes or whatever, the strokes that make it stand out, but in the art world they qualify it or quantify it and place it on the non-fungible spectrum because it is one of a kind. Now think of anything that is applicable in the sense that to the general population it is one of a kind, it stands out. That is what non-fungible. Now let me use another example. Money is not one of a kind. Money is not made unique. When Bank of Uganda is making notes of Uganda UGX, it does not only make one note of Lukumi, for instance. It makes a whole bunch of several other notes that are of 1,000 shillings. So if I lose the 1,000 shillings that I have, that does not mean that in the entire circulation of 1,000 notes that are in Uganda, all of them are out of stock. It means there's several other 1,000 shillings notes that will still be in circulation in the system. Therefore, meaning money is fungible. Now, something like alcohol is still fungible, because if I broke a bottle of alcohol, it doesn't mean that alcohol is out of stock. There will still be other bottles of alcohol that are available to other people. Now, I want you to think of something that you think fits into the criteria of fungible, and then leave it in the comment section so that we can discuss, and then I can see if you are actually understood the difference between fungible and non-fungible. Now, to furthermore understand what the relevance of NFTs is, you need first understand where NFTs work and how they work, and that is the blockchain. This new technology, it's called the blockchain. It is groundbreaking. It is mind-blowing. And yes, it's the technology behind cryptocurrency. I did a video about how cryptocurrency works, its relevancy and all that. I think I'm going to leave it somewhere in the video. You can also go in my bio. There's a link to that video. Blockchain technology is the technology that is behind and is also the wheels of cryptocurrency. Let me first give you a real life situation of what a transaction would look like in the real world and what a transaction looks like in blockchain. So in the real world, when you want to buy something, you go to a store, supermarket, whatever, and you pick up whatever you want. You go to the teller or Mama Anita, you physically, or if you want and opt to use mobile money, you make the transaction and pay Mama Anita to buy your kilo of rice. Transaction is done. In the crypto world and the blockchain world, this is how it works. So I go to Mama Anita's virtually most of the times, or maybe in person if you're in El Salvador, but I go to Mama Anita's store, I pick up a kilo of rice, and then when I'm checking out and I'm paying for the kilo of rice using cryptocurrency, my transaction will reflect something like this in the internet of the cryptocurrency. Think of it as like an internet of things. So the transaction in the crypto world will sort of work something like this. If Joanne is making a transaction of transfer of 8 crypto coins from account number ABCD to Mama Anita's account number XYZ. Now, there are these security individuals in the crypto blockchain world whose basic job is to ensure that all the transactions that occur in the cryptocurrency and the blockchain environment are authentic, and I'm not lying, I actually have the money that I am saying I have. So they will check all my previous transactions and establish that I have the money in my e-wallet, and then they confirm that yes, indeed, if Joanne has the money that she's talking about, therefore she can make the payment to Mama Anita's. Now they will confirm the transaction, and that transaction, because it's confirmed, the money will be, the crypto e-money will be transferred to Mama Anita's account, and then it will reflect on this internet of things, which makes it everyone's business. It will reflect as a transaction that says account number this XYZ of if Joanne, of course it's private, my name will not really show, it will be my account number. So account number of Eve Joanne XYZ transferred XYZ to Mama Anita on this time and on this date. Everyone else who is keeping track of the transactions will say yes, seen, approved, and then that transaction will become a block in the series of other blocks that they've been keeping track of other transactions. Remember, I'm not the only one that's making a transaction. There are so many people in the whole world that are contributing to making transactions in this ecosystem. Hence, block, as in all the other blocks from other people that are being added, creating a chain. Blockchain. That's blockchain technology in a nutshell. Now, NFTs work in the environment, in that using the technology of blockchain. That is where they work. It's not something you can hold virtually. It works in the blockchain environment. So this is the other thing that you need to know. If the miners in the blockchain ecosystem find out that I don't have the money I'm claiming to have in the crypto ecosystem, they will block the transaction. Or if they find out that that information that I'm stating in my transaction is different from what other many miners have, it's not similar, it's the only one that stands out, it only proves to mean that the transaction is fraudulent, my transaction that and what I'm setting is fraudulent, therefore it will be denied and not allowed to become part of the block. That is how the blockchain works. So a non-fungible token, the T in NFT, it stands for token. A token is a signature backed by blockchain technology that proves ownership of a digital asset. That is why I first earlier on took the initiative to explain to you what and how blockchain technology works. So now you get the relevance. Right, now to put this more practically, let me use the land analogy. When you buy a piece of land, you can't quite carry the land under your arm and walk around with it and have the bragging rights to say, hey, this is my land, I own land in Bugolobi. No, but you get a land title. You get a land title, and with said land title, if it's anyway genuine, you can walk around and say, oh, the land belongs to me and I have proof. Here is a land title. Same thing works if I went to a store and bought this phone, I would get a receipt, and the receipt would be proof of ownership of my phone. NFTs are not physical assets. It is not something you can walk around with and hold in your hands and say, hey, this is my NFT, you can have it. No, they are digital assets that only exist in the digital world, or you could say the digital world. So they are, the receipt hence is, you have it, it's a token which is sent on your phone, and you just have like a PDF version of that receipt. That now is the token. These are some outstanding examples of NFTs. Someone went and bought the first tweet that was written by Jack. Jack is the founder of Twitter, so they bought it for $2.9 million. Yes, someone literally paid $2.9 for a tweet. The music industry is not safe either. People in the music industry are also using their music to make NFTs, i.e. Eminem. I think his NFT has also sold. So art is also and can also be an NFT. In fact, art is the reason why we're here all confused, not understanding what is happening. I want you to do some research on this gentleman called Michael Winkelmann. Michael Winkelmann is an artist by trade, but he was at the heart of this confusion when NFTs first started blossoming. His two art pieces listed here. There's one called Everydays, which is one of his first art pieces, crypto NFT pieces, sorry. It sold for around $69.3 million. The other one, Crossroads, sold for $6.6 million. So yes, Michael Winkelmann is making some good money from NFT. So yes, sports is not safe either. So if you are looking to buy NBA Top Shots, as in when Michael Jordan leaps from the floor, his feet leave the floor, and you want to own that moment when he's dunking, you can buy it. NBA is selling those Top Shots. You just practically just own that moment. There's a whole website dedicated to that. If like me, you are wondering why are people attaching so much value to all these funny things that quite honestly do not look like they have any value. I mean, what's the point of owning an asset virtually? A laughing cat video gif, like what's the relevance in that? You're not alone. I'm also thinking about the same thing. It's bizarre. Anyway, to understand this though, we need to take a small class in human psychology. In 1947, the psychologist Abraham M. released a paper known as the theory of human motivation. This paper proposed and listed how or what are the hierarchy of needs for human. In this paper, he proposed that at the bottom of a human needs is physical. That's shelter, security. Next, he proposed security, that is need for shelter. Next is a social need for belonging. The next is ego, and the last on the top is self-actualization. The psychologist emphasized that the needs at the top of the pyramid only come into focus once the needs at the bottom are met. For instance, if my physical needs are met, meaning food, shelter, then I can proceed to other needs like requiring socialization and things like that. Now let's apply the human psychology to art. See these two art pieces right beside me. This one, this hideous looking thing, is called The Woman the Third, and this is the blue background. This was sold at around 137.5 million US dollars. This one was sold for 43.8 million US dollars. In my unprofessional opinion, on a logical opinion, I think a bunch of people sat at Chai and Senene and they figured, there's only one painting that looks like any of these. Like, there's only one painting of this and there's only one painting of this. If people want to walk around and say they own it, why don't we put a price tag on it? And since it's a unique product, why don't we make the price so high that only a few can own it? And that's what happened. The same analogy applies to luxurious products that we want to own. Look at something like a Louis Vuitton bag, a Prada bag, all these products. It's just a bag. But because the makers were very particular in how they branded it to make sure that it is luxury, how they made it, produced it, at the core, it's just a bag. But the process of making it is what they've had attributed to making it have this value, this perceptive value that we see and are comfortable and willing to pay said ridiculous amount of money for said product. That is perception. Now, going back to the human psychology class we had, like I said, like how he emphasized, once your other needs, your other necessities are met, like security, food, water, the next level for you would be something like ego, right? So most of the times we buy these luxury bags not because we need them, but because it is pride to walk around and say, I own a Louis Vuitton watch, or a Louis, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, I'm owning a Rolex watch, things like that. It is really just about standing out in the crowd and just being the it person that is walking around with said luxurious products and brands. That is a short essence of why we needed to have a class on human psychology, and in the next slide I'm going to show you why it is relevant. The human psychology is relevant to NFTs. Analogy of that we applied in regards to why people purchase luxurious products is the same analogy why people are purchasing NFTs. It is just to have the bragging rights to say, I am the only one in the world that owns the first tweet that was written by the founder of Twitter, Jack. So it's just really about bragging rights. Do I think that because of this it is a technology that will disappear? No, I honestly think that the technology that is backing the minting of NFTs, that is Ethereum, Ether, and also the blockchain itself, these are essential technologies that are here to stay, and they're going to impact our lives really drastically. And I don't think in Uganda we're ready for it, because regulations in Uganda are just playing catch up. We're still trying to understand the crypto question, by the which I addressed in a YouTube video. I'm going to leave it linked in the description box of this bio. So I am not saying invest, by the way, in NFTs. NFTs are very volatile. They're even more volatile than crypto itself. So please do not use the information you understand from here to invest in NFTs or mint NFTs. If you want to, do it for you, but not relying on this information to mint them. But the downside is that NFTs, the minting of NFTs, consumes such drastic amounts of electricity, to the point that some estimates the electricity needed to mint, the power consumption needed to mint NFTs is almost equivalent to a country's consumption, a country like Siberia. So it is very critical that we address the issue of the electric consumption used in minting NFTs if we want to see a future of NFTs. But I'm optimistic that we will find environmental friendly ways of developing and growing the technology without necessarily contributing to the already dying planet. So that was all for today's episode. You have been watching the Ask Me About the Law YouTube channel, and I am Nagaye Joanne. If you enjoyed what you have learned from this YouTube channel, please subscribe, like this video, and leave me a comment in the comment section if you have any questions, feedback, or suggestions. Until next week's video, remember I release content every week, so you have to subscribe so that you are notified when I release new content.